Good afternoon, families. This is Mrs. Sherrod, your school principal for Washington Elementary, with our first ELAC meeting. Our ELAC meeting is usually held on Zoom, but attendance was a little rough this month, so I decided to go ahead and record this message and send it out to you so you could respond with any questions you might have. So let's jump into our first meeting. First, welcome. Thanks for taking time out to watch this video. This is our ELAC meeting, the first one of the school year for 2020-2021. ELAC is our English Learner Advisory Committee. Today, what I'm going to do is do a quick overview on what we do and the ELAC training. I'm going to discuss what ELAC has done on campus so far. If you're interested in being a representative, I would gladly love to have you join me and be a part of that team. And then I'll discuss what the LPAC is going to look like this year. So let me jump into ELAC parent training. Our ELAC training, and what the ELAC does is they develop understanding of what the committee should do. We're going to talk about tools and the agenda, which you just saw. Each month we will look at our minutes and we will look at what was discussed the month before and go from there. And then we'll look at the legal requirements that we're supposed to do with regards to funding and support for our families. Our LCAP, which is the plan that we use for the district, specifically outlines what we're going to do to help English learners. And if you've been part of this group before, this group feeds into our DLAC, which is the district level of English language support. Funding comes in and it goes towards our kids, and some of that funding comes through our Title I monies, and some of it comes from our site monies. We're always looking to get parent involvement, and what we find with English learners is the more their parents are involved, the higher success students have in transitioning to being full bilingual students. So the ELAC will happen on any campus that has 21 or more. Our campus has 12 languages on it, which is amazing. And we have over 80 students that are identified as English learners at this point. The district also has a high percentage across the district, which is why we have our DLAC. This committee meets with parents and myself and any staff personnel that are involved. So Ms. Rima sometimes comes and Ms. Stella comes. And we can meet on a monthly or bi-monthly basis. They help guide me in things we might need on campus, if we think we need more supports with our English learners, if we need more time with just the committee, with maybe some workshops for parents, or just additional topics that need to be discussed to support specifically our English learners. Looking for people on the committee. So we would like to have an ELAC officer that works directly with the district office. There are levels of English learners. We have English learners that are currently English learners. We have students that we call IFEP, which are initially fluent. Those are students that the first time they come to our campus and they're identified as an English learner, they take an English assessment, and if it passes with certain scores, they become initially fluent. Then we have reclassified students. Reclassified students are students that have continued through the schooling. They take that same English assessment, and it shows that they are now fluent in the English language and can go back and forth in their understandings. Then we have our bylaws. We have bylaws that are just very simple. We will have our meetings that we last year voted and decided to make sure that ELAC was a standalone. ELAC used to be a function of what our school site council, which means we didn't have separate English learner meetings. And talking with the parents last year, we decided that this was definitely something important for Washington to have, and that we would continue to support our English learners in a separate platform, and that we would have a representative that also sat on school site council to support that. Looking at officers, at this point, we don't have a secretary or vice chairperson. It's been led mainly by me. As we get more and more involvement, I would gladly create a chairperson, create a secretary, and look for some members like that. I hope to do that as we proceed. We got cut short last year with COVID closures, and this year doing it virtually is not an easy way to do it. So we will look at nominations. If you're interested in being the representative that sits with the ELAC but also comes with school site council, please email me and let me know. We would gladly accept anyone that's interested in this role. It is an important role to make sure all of our English learners are feeling supported. Again, we don't have a chairperson at this time, or vice chairperson or secretary, so we will do that going forward. The representative, though, will meet with the school site council. That's once a month. And they will also speak out to ELAC for the DLAC meetings. So again, I am looking for a parent that's willing to be that representative. Please reach out to me if you are interested. And again, they will go to the DLAC meetings at the district level. We have our agendas posted so that everybody can see that 72 hours in advance, and I sent that home about a week ago. And then as we get into it and we start doing more formal meetings, we will discuss some of those basics. So as we're moving forward, again, I would love to have someone be a representative if you're interested in that. Our ELAC last year started at the beginning of the year, and we talked a little bit about the most recent testing scores. We did not have an LPAC last year. Our LPAC was held typically in the spring, and it's a summative assessment that talks about the learning that happened throughout the school year. Typically what we do is the students do that assessment in the spring, and depending on scores, we reclassify students. Here's what you need to know. Your students are going to be assessed soon. Those that were eligible to take the summative test in the spring and they were close to reclassification, we will be reaching out to you to have a student assigned for an assessment date. Those students that have just started in kindergarten or just started in TK or any of our other grades, and this is their first time in school in California, they will have an initial assessment. And again, that will be happening in the next few weeks. So if you're a brand new kiddo with an English learner status, expect to hear from someone on campus representing us, letting you know that those assessments are coming up. The summative assessments for our kids that were with us in the spring will also be scheduled in the next few weeks, and more information will come. I know this is short and to the point. I just wanted to give the basic overview. As always, if you have any English learner questions, please reach out, and I will gladly give you any of the answers that you're seeking.